Okay, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Melissa and I work on Tax 990. And today we are going to talk about the nonprofit world and explore how to get your nonprofit started. But first, I want to say thanks to those of you who joined our grants webinar and provided us with valuable information that we can share. We have a few reminders for those who are new to how our webinars work. Usually we discuss the 990 series form and how to complete using the Tax 990 software. But today we are going to discuss the nonprofit sector with tips to get your nonprofit started. If you have questions during the presentation, we kindly ask for you to please add them to the chat and we will address them at the end of the webinar if time permits. If we do not get to your question, we will send you an email directly. And as always, you can reach out to our dedicated support team. This presentation will be recorded and available at tax990.com. Please remember that we are not tax advisors or the IRS. We will not be given specific tax advice, and we are not able to advise on your specific organization status. For specific information on your organization, please send us an email to our support team at support@tax990.com. So whether you're passionate about making a difference in your community, championing a cause close to your heart, or embarking on a mission to change the world, we're here to discuss the basics of getting started. We're going to give you the essential steps and practical tips to help turn your vision into a reality. A nonprofit organization is a mission-driven entity that operates to fulfill a social, educational, charitable, or community purpose, rather than generating profit for owners or shareholders. Unlike a for-profit business, nonprofits reinvest their revenue back into their programs and services to further their mission. A nonprofit's purpose is to serve the public good, so understanding what they are and how they function is essential for anyone looking to contribute or establish such an impactful entity. We would like to pause for just a moment and ask you to answer the following question. You can add your answer into the chat and we will circle back later and discuss. So what do you feel is the most challenging part of getting your nonprofit started? It can be the financials, board and staff commitment, or simply knowing all the steps to take in the beginning. Feel free to add any of your own challenges and we will discuss later. During today's presentation, we're going to provide a comprehensive overview of what a nonprofit is, explain the benefits and challenges of starting a nonprofit, discuss the key differences between nonprofits and for-profits, and outline the first steps in establishing a nonprofit. Let's talk about what is a nonprofit. So by definition, a nonprofit is all about serving the public or tackling a specific social issue, not making money for owners or shareholders. Every dollar goes right back into their program or service to push their mission forward. They thrive on donations, grants, and volunteers, and many enjoy tax-exempt status, meaning they do not pay federal income tax on nonprofit-related income. We all know the importance of transparency in today's world. Nonprofits must publicly share their financial and operational information so donors know exactly how their contributions are being used. At the end of the fiscal year, nonprofits shouldn't have any profits left at all. All funds must be reinvested into their mission. This is why filing the IRS Form 990 is crucial. Think of it like this. If you're giving money for a specific cause, wouldn't you want proof that it is being used exactly as intended? Form 990 provides that assurance. When you hear nonprofit, what comes to your mind? Is it an organization doing good in the community or supporting a specific cause? Or do you have mixed thoughts? Let's take a moment to discuss a few misconceptions if you're thinking about starting a nonprofit or are already in the startup process. So the first is nonprofits don't make any money. Well, actually they can and they do. Through donor funding and fundraising, nonprofits generate revenue, but all profits are reinvested into their mission or program. Nonprofits are run only by volunteers. Well, while volunteers play a vital role, nonprofits can employ paid staff to manage operations and drive their mission. Nonprofits operate differently from other businesses. Well, not exactly. They are still a business. They can be profitable while serving their community or cause, and they follow many of the same operational principles as the for-profit businesses. And nonprofits don't have to file an annual return if they don't make any money. Once a nonprofit has the tax-exempt status from the IRS, they are required to file annual returns and show their financials to the public. Starting a nonprofit is a rewarding journey, and understanding these truths can help you navigate it with confidence. So earlier we asked, what have you found to be the most challenging part of starting up? And our overwhelming response is funding and sustainability, followed closely by finding the right staff and volunteers. Thank you all very much for your input. While both can be very discouraging, don't give up on the first avenue. It may not always be the right one for you. As we learned in the previous webinar, grants can be a great source of funding for nonprofits. To learn more about the grants, please visit our website at tax990.com and check the webinar tab. There you will find a link to the Grants and Nonprofits webinar. Now, finding the right people to do the job may be difficult as well in our ever-changing economy. Do keep in mind that there are benefits to starting a nonprofit, like tax-exempt status, limited liability from judgment debts and personal liability, and access to grants and discounts just for being a nonprofit. Knowing what direction to go can make all the difference. Finding the best way to fund your organization, whether it is by private donations, grants, or fundraising, can be an uphill battle. But the best solution is to research before you get started to see what direction will be the most beneficial for you. Legal compliance is another obstacle, sometimes not easily tackled. Obtaining tax-exempt status and staying compliant with federal, state, and local regulations is a must. And again, the first step is knowing these steps and where to begin. Also, building a strong board team and staff is essential. Having the right people for the job will absolutely make your startup process a breeze. Unfortunately, finding and keeping the right people is often easier said than done. Be patient and diligent, and you are sure to find the right people who share your passion and will put in the time to help achieve your goals. Let's talk about the nonprofit versus the for-profit. So what is the difference between for-profit and nonprofit? Well, for-profit companies exist for the purpose of, you guessed it, making a profit. Nonprofit organizations exist to maintain assets in order to continue providing and expanding services that support their mission. A nonprofit's purpose and mission is the primary focus of social or public benefit. Their source of income comes from donations, contributions, membership fees, and fundraising events. All revenue is reinvested back into the organization. All nonprofits must maintain tax-exempt status with the IRS, comply with the political activities limit, and disclose all records to the public. While a for-profit primary focus is generating a profit for owners and shareholders, their income is largely based on the sale of a product or service. For-profits are subject to corporate taxes, and a for-profit measures its success on the basis of its financial achievement. Let's talk about the importance of laying the foundation with your mission statement. So defining a strong mission and vision statement is extremely important. A mission statement describes the organization's purpose, the target audience, and its core activities. It answers the question, what do we do, who do we serve, and how do we serve them? While your vision statement should express the organization's long-term goals and the impact it aims to achieve. It answers the question, what do we aspire to become or achieve in the future? You will need to define your core values that will guide your organization's principles and beliefs in its actions and decision making. After you have all the appropriate information, you can draft your mission statement. The mission statement must be clear and concise and focus on the main impact you intend to make. Let's look at an example of a mission statement: to empower underprivileged youth with education and mentorship. This sets the tone for the organization's primary goal. And the vision statement could be empowering our youth with the tools and opportunities to achieve their full potential and become leaders of tomorrow. Your mission and vision statements should be thoughtful and reflect the cause you are funding. Please feel free to add any of your mission or vision statements in the chat as well. So establishing a nonprofit organization involves several critical legal steps to ensure compliance and to lay a solid foundation for your operations. The steps to get started: number one is the research. Is there a need? What tools will I need? Who and what are the potential outcomes? And weigh your pros and cons. The second is to create a plan. Outline a direct plan of action to achieve your goals and then stick to it. The third is to recruit your board members. Find people who share your vision and who will assist you. Then you can create your mission and vision statements. This should reflect your goals and help others to understand what you will be focused on achieving. Then it's on to establishing funding. Research your options. Don't depend solely on one. Next, you will decide on your legal structure. This is where you will have to choose whether your organization will be a trust, a corporation, or an association. File for tax exemption. You'll have to file with the IRS to obtain status and the EIN number for your organization. You will then decide if you need to hire staff or recruit volunteers. Depending on the tasks that need to be performed, your staff can be few or many. Next, you will put your ideas into action and get started. And the last is to maintain compliance. This is an ongoing process. Once you have all these things in place, maintaining them is a must. Navigating the complexities of nonprofit establishment requires diligence, planning, and often professional guidance. As you embark on this journey, remain focused on your mission and vision. Engage with your stakeholders and uphold transparency and accountability in all of your operations. With these elements in place, your nonprofit will surely thrive, making a lasting difference and fulfilling its mission to serve and uplift your community. Nonprofits who have obtained their 501c3 status are obligated to file the IRS Form 990 annually. Standards for maintaining this status require filing every 3 years. At Tax 990, we take our clients' compliance seriously. Once you are a client and file, we will send you reminders when your deadlines are approaching, so one less thing you have to remember. Tax 990 is an authorized e-file provider with over a decade of experience in filing the 990 series return. With Tax 990, we offer a self-guided platform for the 990 series return with leading features and technology. Filing a return with Tax 990 can be done in just a few simple steps. Once you have created your account, added your organization, you will then choose the form you wish to file, using one of the 2 available filing format options. You will then add all the necessary information to the return. Once completed, Tax 990 will confirm the form and information provided has met all the IRS form instructions using our internal audit. When you have cleared your audit errors, you will have the option to share the return as necessary. And the final step is transmitting the form to the IRS. If you have questions along the way, we offer customer support that is dedicated, personalized, and available. We focus on your account and the questions that you have. You will not need to be on hold for several hours or be put on a call list. When you need assistance with your return, you can give us a call or reach out via chat or email, as we are here to help along the way. Tax 990 has put a lot of work into providing you with the best resources. You can review our knowledge base to get quick answers to common questions related to the filing process, form information, or filing requirements. You can also check out our YouTube and blog channels for helpful step-by-step guides and instructions. If you are filing a 990 series form or want to learn more about your filing requirements, visit us at tax990.com. If you are a current client and would like to submit a testimonial to our website, please reach out to us via email at support@tax990.com. And we will finish up today with a quick Q&A. If we do not get to your questions today, please reach out to our support team at support@tax990.com. We will also send a follow-up email if we were unable to review your questions live. I'll give you just a few moments to finish putting your questions in the chat. Okay, so let's go ahead. So this question is from Morgan. She wants to know, if my nonprofit does not make any money this year, do I still have to file a return, and why if I have nothing to report? Okay, Morgan, so if you have been given the tax exempt status by the IRS, you are required to file the 990 form annually. Please refer to your determination letter given by the IRS to determine which form you need to file. Because you have the tax exempt status, you are required to disclose all financial information. So even if the form will not show any value, it is important to comply and maintain your exempt status. Please feel free to reach out to our support team if you need specific information related to your specific organization. And this next question is from Jose. So what is the legal status for a nonprofit? If you have a 501c3 status, is that all you need? Okay, so the 501c3 status gives your organization tax exempt status. You will need to indicate if you are a trust, corporation, or association. You will need to file all the necessary forms directly with the IRS. And Gracelyn wants to know, do you have any suggestions for getting started, how to recruit board members? Okay, Gracelyn, this may vary for each organization, but here are some ways that you can start the process. You can reach out beyond your nonprofit to gain diversity. Take a look at your existing potential donors as they already share your passion. Post your position available, what is needed and what to expect on various platforms, and then consider your volunteers. I hope this provides you with a starting point. And if anyone has any best practices, I'm sure Gracelyn would appreciate the feedback. We have time for one more question, and it is from Daniel. Daniel wants to know, I have a new nonprofit filing for the first time. I know I have to file the 990 loan form, but do I have to file a 1099 as well since I have contractors? And if so, will I report the same information on both forms? Okay, Daniel, we cannot advise you if you need to file the 1099, but we can give you our sister company Tax Bandits information for further information on filing the Form 1099. For anyone who needs to file W-2s or 1099, please visit taxbandits.com for more information. We will also send you a flyer with this information, Daniel. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all for joining us. We hope this gave you some helpful tips to get started, and we'll reach out to us if you have any questions about becoming a client of ours. We hope you will join us next time as we continue our journey into the nonprofit world.